Welcome to our guide on navigating U.S. visa interviews amid extreme delays, especially when your original reason for travel has expired. First, we will set the scene and explain what is happening globally with backlogs. Next, we will share concrete steps to take if your conference date, start date, or family event has already passed. Then, we will cover Expedite options, documents, and strategy. Finally, we will close with key takeaways and answer quiz questions to reinforce what you learned. Here is our agenda. First, we will cover why delays are happening. Next, we will discuss immediate steps if your travel reason has expired. Then, we will review Expedite criteria and proof. After that, we will walk through scenario-specific playbooks for students, workers, family, and business travelers. We will then discuss rescheduling options, DS-160 updates, and consulate changes. Subsequently, we will look at risk management and alternatives. Finally, we will present a planning timeline and finish with a quiz. Before we begin, please note this video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. Policies, processing times, and criteria vary by consulate and can change without notice. Therefore, you should always check the official U.S. Department of State and the local embassy or consulate website for the latest information, and consider consulting a qualified immigration attorney for advice tailored to your case. Let us begin by understanding the delays. First, the post-pandemic backlog continues to affect appointment availability. Next, staffing constraints and increased security checks add processing time. Additionally, seasonal peaks, such as back-to-school seasons, holidays, and major conference periods dramatically increase demand. Moreover, local disruptions, including weather events, elections, or security incidents, can temporarily reduce capacity. Finally, policy shifts or IT updates can freeze scheduling calendars, amplifying wait times. If your travel reason has expired, first, keep your appointment on the calendar unless an official source tells you to cancel. Next, prepare a concise explanation of what changed and why you still need a visa, for example, continuing business needs or a rescheduled program. Then, gather updated documentation such as new invitations, deferment letters, or an alternate itinerary. If you may qualify for an expedite, evaluate the criteria and evidence and consider submitting a request. If an expedite is not feasible, focus on strengthening your standard case with robust ties and updated purpose documents. Additionally, consider rescheduling to an earlier slot or another consulate if policy and your nationality permit. If any material facts have changed, create a new DS-160 and relink it to your appointment profile. Lastly, develop a backup plan, such as participating virtually, obtaining a new event date, or using an alternative travel path when appropriate. This table lists common expedite categories, along with typical rationales and sample evidence. For medical emergencies, documentation includes a doctor's letter, hospital scheduling confirmations, and relevant records. For funerals or urgent family needs, evidence might include a death certificate, hospital documentation, and proof of relationship. For students or exchange visitors nearing program start, submit your I-20 or DS-2019 SEVIS fee receipt and a school letter. For critical business needs, you will need an employer letter detailing the substantial economic impact, contract documents, and meeting invitations. For humanitarian reasons, present NGO or official letters and any case documentation. Always verify the exact criteria on your consulate's website. This flowchart begins by asking whether your original travel reason has expired or is about to expire. Next, it checks whether you have a new or ongoing urgent purpose. If you do not, the recommended path is to continue toward a standard appointment while strengthening proof of home ties and current purpose. If you do have an urgent purpose, the chart examines whether it fits recognized expedite criteria, such as medical, funeral, imminent student start, critical business, or humanitarian need. If it does not fit, you should still build a stronger regular case and, if possible, reschedule earlier. If it does fit, the next steps are to gather strong evidence and submit an expedite request through the appropriate portal or email. The decision point then leads to either approval, in which case you should attend the expedited interview with original documents, or denial, after which you keep your appointment, update your purpose, and consider alternate consulates where permitted. Quiz time. The question is, which option typically strengthens an expedite request the most? Option A, a brief personal statement without documents. Option B, a detailed employer letter describing substantial economic impact. plus contracts. Option C. A generic invitation from a friend in the U.S. Option D. A copy of a past visa from 5 years ago. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is the detailed employer letter describing substantial economic impact, supported by contracts or financial data. Expedite decisions are heavily evidence-based, so official, specific, and verifiable documentation carries the most weight. Here are common scenarios. For students in F1 or J1 status, request a deferral or obtain a new start date letter, and bring the updated I-20 or DS-2019 along with your SEVIS fee receipt. For H-1B, L1 or O-1 applicants, verify your petition's validity and ask your employer for a letter explaining the ongoing need and specific project timelines. For B1 or B2 applicants with a family emergency, secure hospital or funeral documents, and proof of your relationship. For B1 critical business trips, provide contracts, purchase orders, agendas, and an explanation of why the travel cannot be executed remotely. If a conference has already passed, obtain a re-invitation for the next event, or document the ongoing collaboration that still requires travel. If a wedding or ceremony has passed, shift focus to an alternative, legitimate purpose, or the next family milestone, and bring corresponding evidence. If you are eligible for the Visa Waiver Program, you may consider ESTA, for short, permissible travel, ensuring your purpose matches VWP rules. Finally, applying in a third country can be possible for some, but it often carries higher scrutiny and may not be accepted by every post. Always verify local policy first. On the left are recommended actions. Bring originals and organize copies. Link a new DS-160 if material facts changed. Provide a clear and concise explanation of what changed and why travel remains necessary. Follow your consulate-specific Expedite instructions, and keep your existing appointment while exploring permissible alternatives. On the right are pitfalls to avoid. Do not overstate urgency without evidence. Do not cancel your appointment too early. Do not present inconsistent dates across documents. Do not neglect to show strong ties to your home country. And do not assume that third country processing will be easier or faster without verifying local policy. Your updated document pack should include your valid passport and compliant photos, the DS-160 confirmation page, and any new DS-160 number if you submitted an updated form, and previous visas or relevant immigration documents like I-20, DS-2019, or I-797 as applicable. You will also need updated purpose documents such as re-invite letters, deferment letters, or new meeting agendas. For ties to your home country, assemble proof of employment, property, family responsibilities, enrollment, or financial commitments. Include recent financials like bank statements, sponsorship letters, or payroll slips. Your travel plan should be realistic and consistent with the new purpose. If you filed an Expedite, keep a copy of the request, evidence, and any confirmation handy. Here is a simple, effective cover note template. Place it at the front of your evidence binder. Fill in your personal data. Identify the case type. State your original reason and date, and explain that the event passed due to appointment unavailability. Then, specify the new or continuing purpose and list the key evidence you have attached. Include a short explanation for why in-person travel is necessary now. Lastly, confirm that your dates are consistent across the DS-160, letters, and your itinerary. Keep the note concise and factual. This timeline presents a practical preparation schedule. At 6 weeks before the appointment, audit your DS-160 and all documents for accuracy. At 5 weeks, secure updated letters such as re-invites, deferments, or employer attestations, and ensure date consistency. At 4 weeks, if you may qualify, assemble Expedite evidence and submit the request. At 3 weeks, finalize your travel plan and backup options. At 2 weeks, rehearse clear interview answers and verify any special consulate instructions. At 1 week, print confirmations and organize originals and copies. During interview week, arrive early with your binder. After the interview, monitor your case status and reply quickly to any 221G requests. Here is the second quiz question. If you need to correct material information after submitting your DS-160, what should you do? Option A. Email the consulate and ask them to edit your DS-160. Option B. Create a new DS-160, submit it, and update your profile to link the new number. Option C. Do nothing, because minor discrepancies are acceptable. Option D. Cancel your appointment and start over from scratch. You may pause the video now to consider the answer. We will discuss it in the next section. The correct answer is to create a new DS-160, submit it, and update your appointment profile to link the new confirmation number. A submitted DS-160 cannot be edited, so relinking is the correct path. Here are key professional tips. First, evidence outweighs explanations, so always support your claims with documents. Second, maintain consistency across your DS-160, support letters, and itinerary to reduce follow-up questions. Third, even if an Expedite is denied, the strengthened regular case file you built will still improve your interview. Fourth, keep checking scheduling calendars, because earlier slots sometimes appear. Finally, present a calm and concise narrative during your interview. To conclude, delays are significant and require planning. If your travel reason expires, pivot to a new or ongoing purpose and explain the change clearly while providing updated proof. Consider an Expedite only when you genuinely fit the posted criteria and can support your case with strong evidence. Reschedule when possible, relink your DS-160 if there are material changes, and assemble a clean, consistent document pack. Finally, maintain a realistic backup plan and keep your composure during the interview. Thanks for watching. Before you go, if this guide helped you clarify your next steps, please like the video, share it with someone facing delays, and subscribe for more practical immigration strategies. In the comments, tell us your timeline and which step you will implement first. Your feedback helps us create even better content for you.